Hi, I'm Edna Ogenerike Ojukwu, and I'm a top finance influencer on Twitter and on LinkedIn. I'm here to teach you about different ways you can store money for your children. Stick around for the rest of this video. One of the best gifts you can give to your children is having money stored up for them. Imagine this. Imagine as soon as you turned 18 or 21 or 25, your parents just told you, oh, hi, we have 500,000 naira stored up in an account just for you to spend. Imagine how much that would have saved you and how much money that would have made you. Like, you would have been so happy to hear such a thing, right? So why not do something like that for your children? So here's how you can do that. There are 3 different options that will help you do that. The first thing is savings accounts. Now, saving is something that we as women are great at. We know how to save. Whether it's keeping it in a wrapper or in a box or in somewhere, we know how to save, right? Saving is our thing. Savings accounts for children are things that a lot of banks offer these days, right? You could go to Zenith Bank, to Sterling Bank, and all of them, they have kiddies plans where you can create an account for your child. You just put some money there and then they get you some returns. Now, while that is good, I think there are some better options that you can be looking at. Because think of it, the rate of inflation in Nigeria these days, 20%. Okay, inflation is even big, right? The rate of things like prices increasing these days are just significantly higher than it used to be when we were younger. So what can we do to give them more money in the future? Number 2, and this is the most common rule in the book that basically everyone knows about: property. Buy property in your children's names, right? So you hear people say, oh, I bought this house for my child, oh, I bought this land for my child, and I bought it in their name. Now, that is a great idea. It's like one of the oldest rules in the book: buy property in your children's names. A lot of us, while we were younger, we heard about things like this, but property is a bit on the more expensive side. And think of it, really, the prices of property in places like Lagos just keep going higher and higher, and not a lot of us can afford it. And also, with a lot of people looking to jackpot, leave Nigeria, I mean, who knows, in a couple of years, maybe your children might not even be in Nigeria or want to be in Nigeria. Property is so static that you have to be in the place to use it. So, what else can we do? Invest in the future. That is, invest in companies or in places where you see the world going. For example, you see bigger countries, that's more developed countries, talking about renewable energy, how they want us in the future to be using sustainable energy, solar and all of that. So look for companies that are really doing good work. So not just companies that are just saying, oh yeah, we're doing solar, all of that. No, look for companies that are doing the work, right? To do this, you have to do a lot of research on your part. Remember, this is long-term investing. You're investing for the future, so you don't need to make the decision today. Look for companies that are looking to work in the future. So companies in sustainable energy, companies that are building financial apps that people will use for decades to come. Invest in those companies. Now try to get them when they are small. So you could buy shares in those companies if you go the stock market route. Or you could just look for companies, like people that are building those companies, and invest there. Basically, what you're trying to do is invest in a company where 10, 15, 20 years from now, they will be like the Apple and the Amazon today. There was this news online about this grandpa that left his grandchild $6 million. Where did that money come from? When the grandpa was a lot younger, he invested a few $1,000s in Apple when Apple share was like 50 cents a share. Today, a share of Apple is worth over $100. So that money that I invested has become several thousand times what it was at the time when he invested. So simple. What are we trying to do? Invest in a company or in something that you see doing well in the future. And the thing with investing in the future, investing in companies that are working in the future, is there is no barrier, right? Buying property, you need like hundreds of thousands or millions of naira to invest. But investing in the future, you could do that with your little 100K, with your 20K. Just find a company that is doing something that you would want to be a part of in the future and invest there. Remember, keeping money for your children in the future is just it's planning for the future. It's where you see them to be in the future and putting money aside for them to use in that future. So you don't have to make the decision today. You don't have to do something now. You're not rushing. There's no rush. You can take your time with it, do the research, ask questions, look online, Google, it's your friend. Do all of that together, and before you know it, you find some good places to invest, and in a couple of years your child might be one of those children online talking about how my parents left me 6 million naira and now I am 18 and I have access to that money. You definitely want that for your child, don't you? So do that, and you can do that with all we've said in this video. Thank you.